Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Kyle, also known as Rights, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Zombies video. And in this one, we're going to be doing a little review on DLC number 2, the Eclipse DLC, and we're going to be specifically reviewing ZETSUBOU no SHIMA, because I was going to do the multiplayer maps, but I don't really have the say in the multiplayer maps. I can't really say anything about them, just because I barely touched them. I've been only playing zombies these last 5 days, really, so that's all we're going to be talking about today. Give you guys a review. It's going to be spoiler free, and it's going to be more geared towards the people that have not even touched the map just yet. People that are on Xbox, PC, people that just didn't buy the DLC yet and they want to know more about it. This is going to be the review for you guys. Now, I'm just going to tell you guys right off the bat, this is going to be kind of biased just because I absolutely love Call of Duty Zombies. I love every single Zombies map. I am going to list the pros and cons, some things people don't like about this map, some things people do, myself. So I'm going to try to make this somewhere in the middle as best I can for people that just want to see how this DLC is. But I'm going to start off with this by just saying this map lived up to my expectations. I think it had to do with the advertising for this map. They only revealed one trailer for this map, and that's really it. They had an intro cutscene and this little small trailer that was like a minute long. And I think because of that, it really built up the hype for this map, being all mysterious. You know, none of the Treyarch staff or developers really talked about this map too. Like, they briefly talked about it on the live stream that they did for it, but it was just a really mysterious way, and it was just so weird. Like, when it came out, like, nothing was really known about this map. But let's talk about the map itself. When you first launch the game, you're gonna enter in you're gonna just, it's gonna take you back. It's gonna give you a flashback to when Call of Duty Zombies was fresh, new, and like the Black Ops 1 World at War days. And because this map just gives you the impression that you're not alone. That's the impression that I always like to see in zombies. I didn't really feel that with Dryzendrach and Shadows of Evil. Shadows of Evil being all bright and like sort of happy, and then Dryzendrach, like, there's a freaking rocket that launches. Like, there's so much going on there. But this map, being as eerie as it is, being as creepy, you don't feel alone as you load into the game and you're set foot on this island, this mysterious island of despair, as they call it. So that's what ZETSUBOU no SHIMA means. So yeah, that's that. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the map itself now. I already said that. We're gonna talk about the map, okay? Map is very close. It's very narrow. It reminds me a lot about Shangri-La, how narrow it was, how there's not too many training areas you can. I mean, my best strategy for the map is to run around the entire map. But it's very close, and it's more difficult than the other maps. It's more difficult to really navigate. It's more difficult to set up on, and just overall really difficult to master as a map itself. It took me around 3 days to fully know all the mechanics, fully know the best strategy for the map, and it's how to build everything the quickest amount of time, get the most points. And I'm just going to tell you, it's very, very annoying setting up on this map. There's essentially generators on the map that you have to activate first, and you have to open a ton of doors just to get to that area, which is sort of a bummer. That's one of the cons. There's so many doors on this map. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, every door, it probably takes around 10,000 points just to get to the power. And I think the lowest round I got to the power is around 5. And normally, like on other maps, I got to around power around like 3 or so. Like Dryzendrach, I got it around 3 multiple times. So it's sort of annoying. There's a lot of doors that you had to buy in order to get to the power. But after a while of learning it, mastering it, it becomes very easy and a lot of fun as well. Setting up on this map isn't, like, at first I thought it was just going to be a pain in the ass, but most of the time it's a lot of fun, because the way you actually get these parts, the way you do set up for the map, it's just in a fun way. And I like what they did, because they have, we're going to talk about the weapons as well. The new boss, we'll give you guys a idea of the boss for this map. So the boss is called the Thrasher, and the Thrasher is this guy that spawns from these spores around the map, and when you shoot the spores and they attach to the zombies, they have a chance of turning into a Thrasher, which the Thrasher comes out of the ground. It's all this giant, like, swamp Shrek looking guy, and he has all these spores coming around him. If you shoot the spores, that's basically his weak spots, and that's how you kill them. And he's honestly relatively easy. I thought he was going to be sort of like the Panzer, but the only thing about him was like the Panzer or the Margwa, but basically with him, it's if you have like a shotgun, he's like maybe a 5-shot kill, and you're done. Like, it's one of the most easiest things to take out, probably the easiest boss zombies that we have ever seen. It's so easy to take out. The only bad side to this, though, is you're probably going to get one spawning every round, which is sort of annoying, especially if you're on the higher rounds, because on the higher rounds, they become a pain in the ass, I'll tell you. So yeah, you got those. Now we're going to talk about the Wonder Weapon a little bit. You can upgrade the Wonder Weapon. The Wonder Weapon's called the KT4. If you remember the Slicklifier from Black Ops 2, it's sort of the same concept, sort of the same idea. I think it's just a little easier to build. You can get it at a much later... actually, you know what? Scratch that. I think the Slicklifier was easier to build. This one is it takes a while to build, actually. Oh my god. You have to get all the parts for it. You gotta open a bunch of doors for it. I like how everybody can get this Wonder Weapon in the game, and everyone can upgrade it, which is awesome. So I would give this Wonder Weapon, like, I think it's around like an 8 out of 10. It's not the best, but it still gets the job done, and it's a very good weapon upgraded. There's a lot of steps you have to do to upgrade it. The upgraded version takes around 18. So that's that. And also the Skull and Sapi, which is like the specialist weapon in this game, hit L1, L2. It's amazing. One of the most overpowered things. I think this is what people get to high rounds with. So that's that. And yeah, so that's it. Easter eggs now. If you guys are a big fan of Easter eggs, this is not your map. Just letting you know right now. This map doesn't really have a complex Easter egg. All it involves is getting 3 cogs, which are like these gears, to open an elevator shaft, and you have a boss fight. And the boss fight is so much more simplistic than the other maps. So it's not really too crazy. I mean, the reason why they did this is because the map takes so long to set up as it is. I think the earliest I completed the Easter egg was around 23 on this map. So it's still not, it's still pretty hard to set up. Like, if they had extra steps, you would probably go into the 30s because of how hard it is to set up this map, or it's just more time consuming. It's not necessarily hard, maybe hard at first glance, but it still takes a while. So that's the problem with that. And also gotta upgrade the Wonder Weapon. Oh my god. And yeah, so the Easter egg isn't too hard. A lot of people are upset with it. I'm honestly fine, just because of those reasons I just gave. But the Easter egg itself, the ending cutscene, I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys, is very touching, and it very like sets us up for the next maps. And there's like a giant like sort of cliffhanger nobody really knows about. I'll tell you guys that. So it's a really awesome map. I honestly give this map, I would have to give it a 9 out of 10. I have to say that right now. The reason 1 point off is because of those expensive doors. The long like setup for the map really is annoying, and getting rid of all the weapons, it does take a while. I mean, I don't really mind it, but it does take a while, and I know other people don't like that as well. But other than that, the spiders are scary. I forgot to talk about the spiders. Oh my god, the spiders. If you're like, what's that phobia that you're scared of spiders? Like, I don't even know. Let's say anorexic. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, spiders, they're pretty freaky. When I first encountered them, I almost screamed because of how tiny they were. Actually, when I first encountered them, there's a lot of glitches on this map. That's another bad thing. Actually, I forgot to mention. There's a ton of glitches, but hey, it just launched. Most of them have been fixed already. And there's invisible spiders that were attacking me the first time, which freaked me out a little bit. So yeah, that's that. And then another thing I'd like to mention actually is there's a spider boss too that you face. There's just so many things in this map that you can do. So that's why it reminds me of Shadows a little bit, because there's something always to do in this map, which I like. There's a golden bucket. There's like all this different kind of stuff. I absolutely love this map. This map is awesome. I encourage you guys to buy it. The multiplayer maps I heard were good as well. I played a little bit of them, and they're a lot better than the first DLC, I can tell you that. So if you guys are a huge fan of zombies, if you're up for a more difficult sort of zombies map, because this is a more difficult one, I would have to say, just considering how close it is, how much longer it takes to set up and master the map itself. It's a very fun experience, and I encourage you guys to buy it. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did enjoy it, be sure to like the video, and subscribe for more Call of Duty content, as well as like games like H1Z1 and other stuff as well. Hope you guys enjoy. See you guys later. Peace.